Okay.
Dale Wamstad.
Right down here. Give us your name and address, please, sir.
My name is Dale Francis Wamstad. I live at 14307 Hughes Lane in Dallas, Texas, 75254. And my heart is at 3600 Shire Boulevard, Richardson, Texas.
Go ahead. You got.
Honorable Councilman, Mayor, I'm so glad to be here today. I'm not a public speaker. It's hard to follow somebody as successful as Mr. Dalton. He was the first in the area with the subway, and he'll be the first one in the nation with a subway next to a child's care playground from kindergarten down to 1 year old. So there's many honors he's going to have. He has one other drive-through in Dallas, and it's at Carrollton, and when you go up to the drive-through window, there's the picture of the drive-through. When you look to the left and place your order. When you look to the right, you see a block wall 125 feet long, 12 feet high. In Richardson, as you see the picture up there, that the City Planning Commission did an excellent job preparing this for the subway. If you look to the left over here, you're going to be looking into a child's care center playground. And just to give you a little history of the area, I came here, and not to bore you, I came here in the year 2004. Never before have I ever developed property. I met a guy by the name of Mayor Gary Slagle, Bill Keffler, the city manager, Mike Wanchek, who was the assistant city manager, and a little gal by the name of Susan Smith, who worked with the planning department. And they gave me, what I walked around here now with 8 years, they gave me a Bible of what to do and what not to do in the city of Richardson. We want you, Dale. It's a planned development area up there by George Bush Freeway. We'd be glad to have you, but this is the rules. And in these rules, from 1985 forward, it prohibits drive-through restaurants. Why are we standing here today? If this was going in your neighborhood, would you like it? Just because we don't have a homeowners association close to us, we went out there and no developer would do what I've tried to do. Do you know in the last 8 years in developing the Shire that we have this year, I'm not a good public speaker, excuse me, my property tax bills on the Shire. And this is what Slagle and Keffler and a lot of you guys sitting up here today that were there then wanted more than anything else desperately, a quality place up there would generate tax dollars to benefit the city of Richardson. My tax bill this year that I just received this week, $415,000. That doesn't include over $3 million in sales tax been generated by the restaurants and businesses out there at the Shire. And who are the businesses at the Shire? You got 7 great restaurants that generate over that have generated over $3 million in sales tax monies, but let's back that up. You got 6 great restaurants and 1 restaurant that tries his damnedest to do good. You got an oral surgeon. You got general dentistry. You got a pediatric dentist. Now, I'm not talking about all these businesses being in one office. I'm talking about these are all different offices. A pediatric dentist we're doing now, an orthodontist, a dermatology clinic, a pediatric doctor's physician, digestive health doctors, and a doctor that just signed this past week for a primary care center from 8 o'clock in the morning till 8 o'clock at night, 7 days a week, to go next to that empty space next to Abbey Holiday on George Bush. So what's happened is that you see no tanning salons, you see no tattoo shops, that you see nothing but quality out there. I was happy, delighted, couldn't have been happier to see the 7-Eleven going there on the corner. I've been in that Subway that Mr. Dalton owns right now. It's fantastic. I've had the greatest sandwiches I've ever eaten there. Two of the worst sandwiches I've ever had were the Subway drive-through I went through here in Carrollton. You know, Chipotle is probably one of the most successful one of the most successful restaurants in the nation. Guess who they patterned after when you walk through Chipotle and you go through that line and you order what you want? They patterned it after Subway. So it's a great move for Subway because they get to downsize 441 feet. Absolutely brilliant. You don't pay real estate property tax on 441 square feet. You don't pay electrical. Now, I'm not being mean-spirited. I just want to know why we're here. I just want to know for the future what I'm going to look for in my family is going to happen to the rest of George Bush. This, you know, if you go back to 1985 and 1995 and you look at the ordinances, it specifically states George Bush Freeway from Jupiter Road to University of Texas in Dallas. That was a lifeblood. And that's
Okay,
what
Mr.
y'all
Wamstad,
wanted.
your 5
Thank
minutes
you.
are
I
up. Thank you very
apologize.
much.
Thank you for your time.
Okay, thank you. Any other cards?